Ida for calling my 26F sister 29F a misogynistic and that she needs to find a different career. Trigger warning, medical abuse, shaming, body shaming, infant loss. My sister has been working as an LD nurse for a few years now. She has always wanted to be a nurse and has even said that it was her calling. Lately, she has been making horrible remarks about the mothers that come to her. Now, I understand that every job is going to have its problems and sometimes you need to vent about rude people, management, pay etc. However, this was not like that. For example, she talked about one of her patients, which she referred to as white whale. My sister said that white whale went into labor and brought her husband with her. She talked about how hot her husband was, and how she could not understand how whale was able to pull someone like him. She laughed when recalling the sound she made when pushing out her child, and said that she didn't look like the type of woman to be strong enough to go the natural route. In the past, she has talked about how another mom-to-be defecated on the table, and she remarked that she wouldn't be surprised if her husband divorced her after seeing something so nasty. Other stories included a teenage patient who just couldn't keep her legs closed. Here, my sister claimed that she gave her some sound advice, and I'm honestly scared to know what she had said to this young girl. With this girl, my sister laughed about she gave her a nurse dose of pain meds to get her to shut up, and refused to give her a blanket, since, if she wants to act like an adult, then she deserves to be treated like one. The fight between her and I happened a few days ago, due to her talking about a mother who delivered a premature baby. She admitted that she told this mother that she should have done a better job if she didn't want to have a baby born at 29 weeks. I blew up at my sister and asked her how she could be so heartless. My sister told me that she should have the right to vent about stupid mothers who don't know how to do the thing their body is designed for. She also said that I don't work in healthcare, so I have no right to remark on how she handles stress at work. I told her that if her way of handling stress is to be a misogynist, then she needs to find a different career. I left afterwards. My other family members have been divided on this issue. My husband is on my side. My mom and brother think that I was in the right to call my sister out, while my aunt, uncle, and dad are leaning towards my sister, saying that my sister shouldn't have to kiss up to her patients in order to do her job efficiently. I feel bad for some of the things I said and I know that she needs to let off steam, but saying horrible things about women in their most vulnerable time isn't cutting it for me. In addition, my family does not know this yet, but I'm pregnant. And hearing about how my sister, a nurse, is treating pregnant women just makes me scared for labor and delivery. Edit. I'm about 11 weeks along right now, so I do plan on telling our families in a week or so. With the issue regarding my sister, I don't have too many updates yet, other than the fact that my husband and I called the hospital where my sister works, and essentially explained what my sister has said about her patients to me. I went into detail about what I could remember and just reported it. They thanked me for letting them know, but I don't know what further action they would take. My sister is taking the night shift tonight, and she has yet to call me screaming, so we will see what occurs in the next few days. I will give you guys an update soon. Edit 2. So, this afternoon, the hospital that I called yesterday called us back this afternoon, and essentially, gave me a link to online, and asked me to fill out a detailed, written complaint, specifically about what my sister had said about the teenage patient. And that the nurse does something they didn't know about. It's something that they are taking very seriously, and the teenage patient was apparently fairly recent. The guy on the phone also alluded that the family of that patient also made a complaint, so I guess they're just trying to see if the events occurred matched between what we have to say. Someone is also going around asking the unit about what exactly happened with that patient's care, and if they saw anything, or if anything was said. In the comments, NTA, your sister is abusing the patients in her care. You sound like you know she needs to be stopped but don't know how. Every state has a hotline that you can report nursing staff to anonymously. She needs to be stopped before she seriously hurts someone. She gave a teenager, a minor child, doesn't matter that she was having a baby, more medication than her own doctor prescribed for her. If you can remember the dates when she told you the stories, it would be helpful when reporting it. Op replied, okay, I will keep that in mind. I don't really remember the date specifically when she told me the story, and I have no idea when these actual incidents occurred. I'm just really scared to report my sister. Even anonymously, since for one I don't know how many other people she's told about what happens at work, so I have a feeling that she would know that it was me. Plus, I hate saying this, but she's my sister and I would hate to cause her harm. I know that sounds ridiculous, but I feel so conflicted, even though that the right thing would be to report her. Another comment. Think about it this way. If she were not your sister and she was helping deliver your baby and treated you this way, how would you feel if you found out someone knew about her behavior, but they did not report and you were traumatized? OP, okay, yeah. My husband and I have talked and I plan on making a report. Another comment. I am wondering if your sister found out she can't have kids or something along those lines and is jealous, or if it is just her personality. Either way, what she is doing is not okay. She needs to be reported for patient safety. She could easily give too much and hurt the patient or the baby if the mother is breastfeeds. Op replied, I don't know anything regarding whether or not she's infertile. But, I don't think she would keep something like that from me. Regarding her personality, she would always describe herself as a hard ass, so I guess now I'm seeing it in full force. Another comment, NTA, but OP, unless one of the patients speaks up about her mistreating them, they won't do anything. Your report will sound like a disgruntled sister causing issues. Just keep your sister at arm's length. If she genuinely treats patients as she described, she will be reported, and nursing boards are not wilting flower types. Also, it's weird she mentioned a husband being disgusted that his wife defecated during labor, as that is par for the course. My guess is that she is acting very differently in front of colleagues than she is describing, though it's possible she is saying awful things to them when she can't be overheard. The hospital and licensing board won't care unless she has a record of problems or she disclosed confidential information about a patient. OP. That's what I was thinking as well. Obviously, I don't know how she behaves in front of others at work, and I don't know if anybody has reported her. Judgment. Not the a-hole. Update. To sum it all up, it hit the fan. This morning, my sister came over to where me and my husband live and started banging at our door. My husband opened the door and my sister barged her way in screaming. I came into the living room where she was and she started screaming at me more. My husband had to stand in front of me because he was worried that she was going to lunge at me. My sister was yelling about how she lost her job because of some BS reports, and that she knows that it was me talking it about her, because I just couldn't stay out of her business. I replied that it was my business if she was bullying pregnant woman and then bragging about it. My sister told me to fuck off, and she said, once again, that she could talk about anyone any way she likes, as long as she gets her job done, because that's what she went to school for, and that I don't know shit. I reminded my sister that I actually might know some shit, since, I don't know, a certain teenager's family had something to say about her behavior as well. My sister proceeded to go on a rant about that. B and her family, and how she was supposedly annoying her by giving birth. I had trouble processing what she said because it was honestly mind-boggling. And here's where things got really shitty. I thought that my sister saying horrible things about her patients who hadn't done anything wrong was mean. I thought that the nicknames were cruel. I thought that her telling laboring mothers that they weren't doing things right, and dosing a teenager in the slut-shaming was vile, and yes, misogynistic. However, it was about to get atrocious. During my sister's rant, she said that she wanted to teach the brat a lesson, and said that maybe if she gave birth when she was older, her kid wouldn't have died. My mouth dropped open. I didn't know this before. That poor girl. Her baby died. I was horrified. I fell to the floor sobbing. Imagining that child in so much pain, and my pregnancy hormones combined got to me and I was on the floor having a panic attack. I told my sister to get the fuck out of my home and my husband escorted her out. My husband held me for a good 15 minutes until I calmed down. In the comments, the bit about, I wanted to teach that brat a lesson, and if she was older. In conjunction of the nurse's dose shit makes me wonder if she didn't do something to the baby, OP, from the way my sister was talking about it. I think it was unrelated and that the baby died because the mom's body just wasn't ready for childbirth. I don't know when she gave the pain medication to her, but it could have been after birth as well, assuming there were complications. I'd just like to think that she wouldn't go that far.